I think when I came to BSix, I came as a AS student, first doing my ASs, and the university extension programs that were offered to me in BSix were very helpful. It wasn't just necessarily with Oxford, it was with Southampton, Queen Mary and UCL, and specifically the area that I'm interested in, which is history. They even if I was doing a course with Southampton that was specialising in business, the lecturer, when he heard that I wanted to apply for history, would kind of cater to that by talking about the history of economic foreign policy in Britain, and I think that nurtured my academic liking to take history further in education, and then the Oxford extension program with Pembroke really helped me narrow down the college choice for Oxford, and it just made a really intimidating establishment like Oxford. It made me see that intimidating establishment like Oxford was okay for a student with my background to go to. I think getting the grades is very challenging, and I think there's an exciting element to it because it's really motivated me to get those grades, where otherwise with other universities that I applied for, perhaps with lower entrance requirements, I wouldn't be as motivated to get the offer grades. And I think there's an exciting element to because I am generally interested in the 3 A levels I do. There's an element to it that I want to push myself and then prove to myself that I'm worthy of a place at Oxford. I think BSix is one of the greatest establishments that I have ever attended personally, because, and I don't say this just to as a sign of gratitude. I say this because there's hard evidence that this is the only place in that I've ever studied at that has not just pushed me to get X amount of grades and say, oh, you could do the bare minimum. This is an establishment that has drummed into my head that I can achieve, and like where I achieve wasn't the question. It was that I can achieve, and it was exposing me to different areas of my interest, and providing me with facilities like the Red Room that allows me to feel in a place that I aspire to go to, and not just hear about it or read about it. I think the various programs, politics programs I did with Queen Mary University, attending some of their lectures that were held at BSix, allowed me to have an interest in the more political side of history. For example, there was something with Queen Mary University that covered from the government of 1945 to 1990, which happened to be a course I was doing in history. So it kind of lent itself to that. And I think the thing that did it for me was the Pembroke program with Oxford. It was very academically stimulating, and you had to read seminars and produce essays, and be in an environment that you aspire to be in, not just blindly aspire, just go through that process of actually having set deadlines and meeting those deadlines. I think one of the biggest barriers for me was like just hearing the name Oxford. It just sounds like something that is above the average person's reach. So I think if you get past the stereotypes of these establishments and you do programs that are offered here, you actually take up programs that are offered here, I think you some people would see that it's not the place for them, and some people would see that it is the place for them. So I think that is a determinant factor. And throughout my application, I was thinking, there's no way I'll get in. There's like you do have doubts, but I don't think you should just worry too much about that aspect. It's for them to decide whether you get in, and you just show them what you've got essentially, and it's their option whether they value you enough to take you or they don't.